Hello, everyone. This is Manuel from Studio Duo. I'm excited to have you guys join us today. So, real quick, we'll be building this website or this template rather. So, it's a five-page template. So, I'll just walk you through what we'll be looking at today. To be building this SaaS landing page, and as well as different pages like the contact us page. So, right here, we'll be using a different form here. It will look like this, obviously. It would because Framer like there's no custom forms yet on Framer, but I came across a blog that actually did that. So we'll be like exploring that as well. So yeah, this is the blog right here. Using a custom form in Framer. So we'll be using the what's his name? Miron. I hope I pronounce that well. Using Miron code to build that custom form, and as well as implement these filters for each of these blocks contents, and building the CMS page. And lastly, what then we'll be doing is building these remaining pages, like the privacy policy pages and the team page. Yo, lastly, the privacy page. So is this a five-page website? Let me check. One, two, three. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, it's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So I think that's six, but with the blog CMS, so that makes it seven. So we'll be building that today. So I'll just walk you through what I've done earlier on. Sorry, I was setting this stuff up. Because so you right here we have a style guide. I like doing this while building Figma templates, so it will be much easier for me, like building it and fast as well. So we have the primary colors here, and as well as the textile. And Figma do have that. So if you want to create a textile, right, all you just have to do is click here, click on styles, and click on new style, set whatever heading you want or a paragraph, then just edit that. So I think Figma has done a good job so far on that. Then also we have our buttons here, primary buttons and secondary button, and this is the code. So one thing I did as well on this code is to make some changes, because I realized on this code you have to go to the code right here to make like change some text. So um I added like I used ChatGPT actually to make some changes to the code, so I can add some property controls here and like set the background color to, so like obviously since this will be a template, it should be easier for people who will be getting the templates, right? Not that they have to read the code to learn how to do that. So that's the reason behind that. Then here we have the navigation, and this has been built already as a component. And lastly, we have the filter. I think I'm nearly done with the filter, but yeah, we'll just do that along the way. So let's start. Yeah, real quick, if you are someone new in Figma, right? I would suggest you go to this link and create a Figma account real quick. Well, the spoiler is if you
This
do
is the top
get
result.
a Frema account with that, we do get compensation because we're partners with Frema. So for doing that, we'll have support us as well. So yeah, I'm just going to give that like a minute, and you can just quickly do that. Yeah, then we can continue building this template. Anyway, you can drop a comment if you have done that already. Just or if you have used if you have signed up with Frame already, then you can just drop a comment that you've done that already. Then we can just start building. Yeah, smooth. Okay, nice. So let's start. Um, okay, okay. So we'll be building this. We have this is the website in Framer. So one thing I like doing, but I know this, and I know I'll be building like all these pages within 2 hours, right? So one thing I like doing is I like using this Framer plugin, export to Framer, and I'll just copy everything. So and the best part is if I have it structured already, like in the Figma file, then I can just copy it directly to Framer and then work on responsiveness. But what I'll do here is I'm going to build this straight up, all right, from like view this straight up, then probably for the remaining pages, like the rest of the pages, then I'll use that plugin to copy and paste it to like make it a lot faster. So we have this header. So I'm just going to open our layers, and this is it here. So we have primary, and one thing. So yeah, this is a shock about. I first learned Webflow before Frema, and I'm more into like structuring websites into like page wrapper, page content, container, and all those kind of stuff. Though you can just build it anyhow you want on Frema, but since this is like a template, I like following that set of guidelines. So I'm going to call this one first page wrapper. I'm going to give our blog the desktop, rather the background color, which is it is soft to orange, or is it yellow or orange? I don't know. Okay. Then what's next I'm going to do right now is, sorry, let me just delete this. I believe you guys have done that already. I'm going to remove the background color from this, set this to layout, set this to fill first, and set the desktop to fit contents. Now on this part, now what I want to do first is I'm going to add my first component, which is the desktop. I'm going to make this set this to fix. So if you notice, when you want to make a component or a frame fix, right, and it is inside another frame, like you can't actually do that. You have to bring it closer to the desktop. That just frame up for you. Then set it to fix. So it will always stay at the top. So even if I scroll, let's just see this real quick. So even if I scroll right, it will always stay at the top. Then so since we have that already, just going to do the same for this app, this part, remove this part. I'm going to call this hero section to be the hero header of our page. Set this to fill, set this to fill, and set this to fit content. So this our hero header. I'm going to give this a layout. Give right hand side 50 padding, left hand side 50 padding. The top I'm going to give this 144 and 144 rather. Then on the bottom I'm going to give this let's say 56. Right. So let's build that real quick. Let's say 56. Okay. Okay, if you are following, please do drop either a like or comment so I can know you're following so far. Right? And so the next thing we want to build now is this container, right? Or this section. Yeah, nice, that's nice, that's nice. Oluwafemi. Okay, yeah. You guys are following. Let's go very quick. So we have another one. So since that is set already, I like having a container. The reason I like having a container that will like confine everything I'm building. I will explain why. Is mainly because of the viewport route, right? So like to make it responsive, if you notice that this is expanding from left to right, but my nav already have a fixed container. So it will always stay in that particular size. So that's what I like doing as well. So if I set this as container, pardon me, container, then set a max width of 1280. I believe that's what I set for the top as well. I'm going to change this to 120, so to be like that one as well, and give this a radius of 24 pixels. And we can start building inside this container now. I'm going to give this auto layout. So what we have first is our header, right? So let me just draw a text first. Sorry. I'm going to draw a text and write this, copy and paste this, building SaaS with this. And this is the beauty of using style guide already. So I can just come here and edit it, set this to fill, right? Center it, and give this color. This think what's the color and that's just black. Okay, then right now I can come here and just press Ctrl Enter. So that's one cheat. You can just press Ctrl Enter, you create a frame automatically with Framer. So I'm going to call this header wrapper. Sorry, header wrapper. Okay. Then next we're going to have this. We're going to have this header wrapper, set this to components. I know not a component rather, sorry, a layout. Then we can if you notice this is like confined, right? Like mainly I won't follow the dimension, but I'll just try to get similar designs we have here on Framer, which is quite easy. So I'm going to set this relative to 80%. We have that already. Then I'm going to copy this. So I believe this is the body or the text. I'm going to just click to add another text. Set this styling to where did I keep that? I think it's paragraph, no paragraph medium. Yeah, I think that works as well. I'm going to set this to center. And for this one, give this also maybe 80%. So it will be something like this. We notice like a little bit inside as well. Then we have this cheat stick again, Control Enter to add another stuff. And we can just call this hero header and set this to content. Then we can change this one to to fill and fit content. Now, the reason I did that is because of on the design we have, if you notice, we have two components inside, like the button wrapper and as well as a tag, and both of them have equal padding. So that's the reason I did that. So I can just come here and change the padding into 32, drag my button inside this, just put it outside, put it on the top. Okay. Then we have two buttons, so I'm going to change it. So I've already created the component already for Framer, for the buttons rather. So I can just change it to secondary. I just change the content here to what content is there? Schedule a demo. Schedule a demo. Then the first one is sign up is free. Sign up is free. Okay. Then I'll just control enter again. Keystic. Very, very easy. Button wrapper. And set this to layout. Auto fit content. Auto fit. Change direction. And boom, you are done already. So, okay, I think remaining one more thing, which is that stuff. So all we just have to do is just copy a text, paste this. I'm just going to copy this stuff here. Just copy this. I think that's the small text right here. So you can just come here and change the styling to caption. Yeah, that works. Then change this to fit content, control enter. Give this a layout, set this to fit content. Fit content. Then we just have to like create that tag. Give this for node side. I'm going to give the right hand side 8 and left hand side 8. So I can set this now to just black and set the color here of this to light. Then we can change this to, so like better much what, like since this will be a template, so probably after this I could make changes to a component. So like people getting the template, all you just have to just like change this, change the content here, or even there's an icon, change the icon there as well. So if you notice on Framer, like yeah, you don't really need to like if you are building for yourself, right? You may not really need to what's the word? Name your frames, right? But mostly when you are building for templates, one of the requirements from Framer is having your frames named like very well. So like someone gets into your template, for example, your designs or something, will be able to know okay what this stuff means and all the stuff. So I'm just going to change this and give this a top padding of 40 pixels and same thing bottom of 40 pixels. Oh, sorry, bottom of 40 pixels. Yeah, please let me know if you are still following me. You can just drop a like. Let me know if you are still following. Then we can just continue. We can build the rest of the page. So we have this section. I'm going to export this as an SVG. Okay, export that as an SVG. I can also like copy it directly to Framer. Okay, hi Abdul Salam. Okay, are your medias following? So yeah, let's go. So we have the URL that set already. Let's design that section. So I'm just going to drag this and call this image. So if you notice, this is like changing because of our container, our direction rather is set to the left hand side. So we can just change that back to top and bottom. Then also let's check the padding here is 32. Change this the gap to 32. Then we can set this to fill content. So let's give it a read. What is the size here? 480. And I'm going to just come here. So to change image is also easy. You just have to just add a frame, go to image, select your image, and you can SVG as image, which is also cool. Aside just PNG and JPEG. If I'm waiting for that to load, in the meantime, let us do this part back by 15 global partner. Now, something like this now, I don't want to start copying every single one of them. So I'm just going to this with Frema, right? I've copied it already. And I can just come here and add another frame. It's at the bottom. I'm going to call this hero image companies. Companies or what? What do they call that stuff? Say? Let me just leave these companies first. Then I'll just list that stuff I copied. So yeah, we have it here already. And I can come here, change it to fit my design. So this is 24. Okay, so set this to center, align, change this to fit content. And for each of this one, since if you notice one issue with copying this now is it is copying it as an SVG. So there might be very little changes I have over this. All right. So all I just have to do now is come here to fit contents. Then it works as well. And I can as well add some padding here, maybe 32, 32. But like something like this, I will change it, right? This is a single SVG. So there are two ways in which I can do this. If someone is getting the template, right, I can decide to make it just an array of images. So all you just have to do is add their images, right? Or I can decide to just make it be like this. But I think the other one is more preferable. But yeah, let's jump on to the next part. Let's jump on. So we have the other section, which is this. We have three cards here. So I'm just going to call this font pictures section. So I'm thinking I should just copy this, but let's build it first. So we can just come here and add another frame. That's the sweet thing of frame actually. To be honest, like I can just copy everything from my Figma file without having to build it. And I will show you that in the rest of this part. Maybe I'll do that in okay, let me do that here. Let me do that here. Let me just copy this. Let me just do this now. And waiting for that to load. Well, I'm faster than it. Okay, yeah. So similar stuff here. I'm going to give this pictures section. And you know the drill already. Then you have a frame inside of it, which will be the container, So you can just come here and set the secret contents, give this the container. So one thing I like really wish Framer would do is to, I know they have component, but I know like Webflow have classes, right? That's one issue Framer doesn't have. Though like it's more designer friendly. But I really wish like we can just set a frame, like something like this, then come to here and set it as a class, not a component, like a class. So when we have that particular name of that frame again, it will just use the same styling. Like somehow, I don't know. Somehow makes sense in my head. So I'm just going to set this to 52, the right hand side to 50, the bottom 56, and right hand side 52. Yeah, let's do that real quick. So I think I've copied that already. Copy to clipboard, and I can just come here and paste this outside first, so it's not scatter my designer. Okay, if you're still watching, just drop the thumbs up so I know you're following. Yeah, let me know if you're following before we continue. So we have this container right here. We're going to set this to add our header. So we have this also features header. Just drag a frame here, a text rather. Okay, following. Yeah, lower frame you're following. Nice. Sorry. I think I've pasted that stuff already. Set this to fit content. Okay, let's change this stuff to black. Then you can change this to what's the size? I don't know what happened, but Framer didn't copy that stuff. I just pasted now. So this is a little big, and this is 36, and this is 36. So probably I have to change my H2 from here, change this to 36, change this to 44. Okay. Let me try this again. Since there's an issue here, I copied and pasted, but it didn't work. But in the meantime, let us continue. So since we've done this already, container, oh yeah, it's working now. Wow, that's funny. Okay, I'm just going to delete this part. On this paragraph, I'm going to just change this one to heading 2, set it to fit content, and change this one to same I did for year 2. And I think I will also have to change this. I don't like do this looking here. Maybe 80. Sorry, maybe 120%. Or 110. 110. Yeah, much better. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to call this heading wrapper. Change this one to paragraph 18. Set this to fill, center align, and increase this to relative, let's say like 80%. Yeah, so we have that stuff. So we can change this to 32 pixels. Is it? Is that it? 32 pixels. Yeah, 32. Now this is one stuff with either building. So most time when you are building on Framer, you're using 1440 pixels, right? And if I extend this, but Framer originally is using 1.2, but you can also as well extend it. Extend this to 1440, it will still look like this. So this is one of the beauty with using that container. Because even while extending it, then I can just like structure everything to fit it. Or I can just continue with my 1200, and just then make this one fit in to that part. So I actually prefer this actually. I'm going to call this features wrapper. Set this to fill content, so that will fill the whole of this content. Then I can come to this first part and call it is one, and set this to fill content as well. So that's fill the content, but this hasn't. So I'm going to change this to change this stuff to 32 pixels. Then make this one. So I don't think rating is the right word for this. I'll just call this picture content. Then feature content wrapper. You can call it anything you want to. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to do this fast as well. So I will set this to fit content and set this to fill. No, that didn't work. Let me try something else. Okay, yeah. This didn't work for this. So yeah. So that's done already. Then I can do the same thing for this too. Come here and call it um number feature wrapper 2. Okay, let's go. So let's just do this real quick. I still have like how many pages left, and I'm wasting time on this one page. Well, it's almost done, Sha. We're almost done. So I think let us spend a minute 15 minutes on this. So we can set this to relative then like 80%. Sorry, that's the wrong frame. I'm going to call this is 2, is 3. We notice that this one is a lot bigger than that one. So since this is checked already, we can just come here and set this to fill. Rather than fill, let's give this, let's say 64%. And let's give this one fill maybe 32%. I can still say it's very small, 40%. Let's set this one to fill. Okay, I think that will work. Yeah, it will. So let's change this one to 32 on all side. And we can as well change this one to 32. Okay, set this to fit content. Now there's some issues here, but calm down. We'll figure it out. So let's change this to 32 first. Change this down. Position everything to the left hand side. Give this 16 pixels. I believe that's the same thing that's it too. 20 pieces, okay. Give this 20. Give this something here to give this 20. Set layouts like this. So that's one stuff where you are exporting from Figma to Figma. You just have to then like change some stuff real quick. Give this 20 as well. And that is all right already. Also, I want to change this to fill and change this one to fill content. Change this one to fill. Then we can change this to fit content. Yeah, so that's done. We can do the same thing here to fit content, but then let's just change this one to this and fill. There's something is wrong. Oh, yeah, much better now. Fill, and I'm just going to cut a lot of images here. Sorry. Yeah, I'll explain why very soon. So it's down fit content, then here to fill, then change this one. Then we can come here and set this to fit content. Yeah. So we are done with that already. So let us move on real quick before that part. So we have this section. So we're done with the Euro section. If you are still following, please drop a thumbs up or I'm following. So we can I can know you're following. Yeah. So let's go. Let's view this next part now. So I same stuff. So this is one of the reasons I would love if Prima could do that stuff. So rather than me creating this over and over again, I can just use the same this thing. Sorry, Jerry. No mind it. Drag a frame. Okay, I think what I'll do here now, I'll just duplicate this one. I'm going to call this tools section. I believe that's what that is about, like it tools. So we have this part is white. Give this a white background. Then we have like a section here, this part that's like integrations. Then we can change this now to, I think it will be caption. Caption works, right? Yeah, it works. It contains, change the color to our primary color. Then we can come here and change, get more value from your tools. I'm just going to copy this one, copy, paste, get the content here. I think I have to make this cross body. Oh yeah, I didn't even do that. So let me change this paragraph. 16. Is this 16? Yeah, 20. I think there's an issue with my styling. This should be regular. Yeah, so everything will just be like that. Then you can change this one to body. Change this to body and change this one to body. Yeah. So it doesn't like take like contrast. Yeah. Okay, then we can now for this part now. I don't want to copy this, so I'll just I don't want to add every single icons here. I'll just copy this as an SVG. Come here and delete all of these parts. Delete all of this part. I don't need this section anymore. And this I'm going to call it tools image. Then I can just come here. Okay, delete this one too. Come here and change this from this to like an image. and choose my container. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. How many of you are still following? We still have some pages left, sharp. You just okay. Yeah, a lot of them are still following. Some sorry, so Madu, I believe that I pronounced your name right. I apologize if I didn't. Okay, set this to fill. Okay, I think there's an issue here. This image is not showing properly. Yeah, chipstick. Okay. Yeah, I think this is done already. Then we have spots, which is like a slider for testimonials. So I'll just duplicate this again, right, and call this testimonials. So now there are two ways in which you can do this, right? You can decide to either have it like the way it is here. So the way to do something like this, you have to use something from framework called, let me just show you, called a carousel. You can use a tick light if you want it to be moving constantly, but I think in this case it's a carousel, right? So you have to use a carousel. Now there are two ways in which you might want to use this carousel. You might want to do it like this and have all the content showing outside here like this. Then the users or the people using this will just have to change the contents here and just drag it. Or another way you can do it is have each of this stuff inside of this as a component. And I think that's what we are going to do instead. I think that one is much more preferable than doing it that way. So I'll just delete all of this. Come here, call this carousel. Okay, go the size is 619. So just call this 620 and set this to fill. I think 620 is actually very big. 540. 540 is okay. Now I can come here and control enter and call this testimonials. Sorry, testimonials. Yeah. So let me pull up some of this stuff. Right. So testimonials, then we can change this to 56. I've seen this testimonial and we can just come here, create a component and call it testimonials. Then here you can add our frame here. So 540, I'm just going to give this same thing here. 110 by 540. 540 and drag it to it. It didn't work. I'm sorry, wait. Yes, working now. I was scared for a second there. Okay, we'll just call this testimonials. Testimonials. And we can then customize this stuff. So the first one have this gray light background. Let's do that. They are padding the radio system 25 pixels. And we have a logo content. I'm just going to copy this content. Content here. I'm going to change this to gap. Give this 24 pixels, large, and set this to. I'm going to give this another place and call this container as well. And give this to layout. Then this container, I'm going to set this to fill. So on this one, I'm going to give this, let's say 40 pixels on all side. No, 120. Yeah, I think 120 is good enough. I'm going to set this to fit content. Then for the content, I'm going to set this one to fill and position it center. Then we can copy this stuff here. Now the best part about this is I'll just copy this. The best part about this, like for this kind of testimonial, is I want to create the first one as a component, then make it like build it in the way whereby they can customize both the color, the testimonials, the image of the person. So it will be much more easier. So we have this already. And we have a logo. I'm just going to copy this as a logo. So probably this logo will be an SVG, right? Instead of me copying it as a logo. Because when I notice once I copy it as a logo, to be like a what is it called? So it will be like an icon. So let me copy it as an SVG instead. So like ones are using it, or you just have to just replace that image rather. So I'm going to set this to container for this logo image change. Um, okay, we have that set already. So delete this one, set this to the top, and we have got client details. Okay, client info. So right now I'm just going to come here and also create a component and call this testimonials component. I think I should change this one to that one. But yeah, now to create this kind of components, like very, very easy. All you then just have to do is let me copy this one. Let me see this inside here. Yeah, I'm doing this one outside as well. Okay, do this 40 pixels. So yeah, the best part about creating that, I can come here and just create a component, change this to an image and call this logo, and go to the second one and call this one a formatted text. So in case they want to bold it, right? And I'm going to set this to I think this works. But let me change it. Let me just use the normal one. Let me use I'll come here and change this one, right? Remove. Yeah, a plain text file. So a plain text, select the style to be paragraph large, center align. So I'm going to call this testimonials. What is the word? Let me just call it testimonial. Then we have this, which is client name. There are rumors that Figma will be doing a a no code tool. Well, we hope to see that. Just set this as role, and I'm going to give this one as client image. Now, and that's all we just have to do now. Just give it one more thing. I need to add the color. Also, I'm going to call this background. Now, all we just have to do now is come here. Okay, this stuff they shock me. Okay, and all those I know like there's the content are the same thing, but the colors are different. So I'll just change the colors instead for now. So come here, change the color. But like each of this stuff, I can come here and change it to love trimmer. And it will just be like that, right? It's much easier to change. And then okay, yeah, we have a different logo here now. So I can come here and export this as a logo. Oh, the content are even different. So come here, change this for this Michael Reeves. Change the logo here. Choose image. Just going to do this repeat, then we can continue. One more thing, I want to change this carousel on how it looks like. So let me remove this one, Jared. And how it looks like. So I'm going to go to the arrows, set the field to be white. I believe that's the same thing we have here. Yeah, white. And I can change the color. I can change the icons too. And let me increase this. So I can change the icons to previous and next. So I'll just export this, export as SVG previous and export as SVG next. Like that's how customizable you can like make stuff on Framer. I've forgotten why I named this stuff. Okay. Previous, oh shit, this is supposed to be next. SVG. Okay, then previous SVG one. Then we can just increase this to maybe 56. No, 24, sorry. Somehow it's not sharing properly. I sincerely don't have any idea why, but let me remove this first. I think what I would have done was to export it as the full image. But yeah, in order not to waste so much of our time, we'll do this later on. Let me give this a dark background first. Then she just change this one to 56 or 40 rather. Yeah, we have that already. So it's more cleaner now. All you just have to do is come in here and make changes, which is much, much better in my opinion. Rather than you having it on the other parts here like this. Okay, so let us move on to the next part, which is the FAQ. So to be honest, I would not design this FAQ for now because I still have some other pages I want to work on. What I'll do is I'll copy this, then we can just I'll use Prima FAQ um Prima FAQ components. And let me know if you are still following me. Let me know if you are still following. But I'm going to use Prima FAQ component and then like customize it later on. So have I copied this? Yeah, I believe so. So I'll just come here, duplicate this as well. So I think I'll duplicate this one instead. 56. And we can come here and change this and call this one FAQ. FAQ. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh wow, that's great. That's great. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go on. So we still have some amazing stuff to build. Like the one I'm most excited about is that filter for blog. So I think like that'll be the next thing we'll be building is instead of the other pages. So the FAQ we can just but let me remove all this stuff. So yeah. So we can just come here and paste our FAQ that we copy. And so same thing here, just copy this text here, this here, right? Then we can, but we don't need this part. We don't need this. So now in order to have something like this, like I said, I will not be designing the FAQ. Rather, I'll be copying from like using Framer, what Framer currently have. And I think the way is it's a FAQ. What is the FAQ? Sections FAQ. Yeah. So they have like a component already, which is one good thing. And using like framework components, it's way at the top. Funny people. I'm just going to put this at the bottom here. Okay, so I think this part is what I'll be needing here too. So I'll just copy this and paste it. Then I can delete. Okay, before I delete this, let me just bring this outside. So this is a lot is messy now, but soon it won't be. Trust me. Okay, then I can just delete this part too. Okay, then yeah, so the FAQ we need is actually this. I need to delete this stuff. Okay, delete this one too. I need to bring this one up. Oh yeah, okay. Aside from Freema one is a little bit not like the way we want it. right? So all we just have to do is just make some changes. So first off, I'm going to set this relative to 80%, right? Then I'll come back to this one, but let's customize this first. So we have these two icons. I'm just going to copy them. I'll explain soon. So if you check Framer, just on link and show everything. So this is how it looks like. Not what we want. So what I'm going to do is edit the rule, click on rule, and link and replace all. Now this is how the rule look like. I don't know. They should have something like Figma where you can change the background color, like something like this. All Premiere is working. But sincerely, this stuff is not visible for me at all. But yeah, so what we need to do now is in the question part, we have what they call loss. Though jazz is um an icon, but also we don't need an icon. What we just need is these two icons. And we put it inside that plus stuff and delete those one that they have because we don't need them. Now on this one here, we have these two, set this to fit content and set this to I'm going to hide the first one. So I'm going to set visibility to none. Then why is it showing like this? Sorry, did I copy myself? Yeah, this is it now. Change some more. Let me just remove this first one. So okay, the size is 24 pixels. That's why I'm using 16. So I'm going to hide the first one. Height. Set this one to 16. Hit content. Hit content. Now this looks super weird. 27. Very weird. Very, very weird. Maybe I know what I'll do. Let me export it as next video instead. It's more online. Oh, okay. I think I know why now. It's the stuff has the two pieces on the top. That's the reason why. So I'll just export this as an SVG. Copy, export this to as an SVG, move that to padding at the top, and export as an SVG. Okay, then you can come in here. Now also we don't need this background. I don't know why they added it, but we don't need it. We're just going to remove this the funny background. So let's keep it first. So on this part, we're going to move this to the right hand side, change this from absolute to relative, then move this to the right hand side, right? Then change this also to let me check out design. It's extending. Okay, yeah, there's no padding at all. So remove the right and left padding. We have here 20, remove left, remove as well. So we have this now just 24 pixels padding. Then yeah, on this part, control enter. I'm going to call this open. And I'm going to just use SVG here instead. Icon wrap, I believe is it. Icon wrap once. I hope that it's yeah, that's it. And why is this plus change? Oh yeah, opacity is set to 0 point something. Funny people. Then I'll have another one, call it close. I'll just change this to icon wrap 1, icon wrap 0. So like it's very easy actually. I'll just have to come here and set visibility to none. Then on this other parts, I'll set visibility. I don't need this their Wahala stuff there. Remove this stuff. I'm going to set this visibility to yes, and wait, these people are funny. It's kind of stuff is set this to 1 and move this as well to 0. Visibility to of this to none. Yeah, so we have this already. Then we can do the same thing for this and just set this to 0, 0. I think that's what's already. So one more thing is customization. let's change the content to our own kind of content. So this, and for the answer, we have it like what's okay, yeah, and for the answer we have it like same stuff to this normal paragraph, but then we have to change the color to body listing. Yeah. So I think that's it. So we just have to come here and change this their stuff, move their radius that they added. We don't need it. So remove their color. Body need that. Okay, yeah, we have it already set. But if you notice, ours have like top padding and bottom padding on everything. So I think we'll have to change that here. So I'll maybe give this a padding of 24 pixels, not 16. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that works too. Then 50%. Then if we test this, still looks somehow. Let us see how this is now. Somehow like glitching, so which is one thing they might want to then customize further on is to like then use every single stuff. Like so let me just show you what I mean. If you notice it's not showing properly, the reason is because of on this component they have it like okay when you click this, show this. But we want the kind of effect whereby let me show you what I mean. Infra.framer.web enter page on the website. Okay, right. So let me show you what I mean. Something where if you click the other one, it hides that first one automatically. Right. Rather than having each of them opening at the same time. In order to do that, all you press have to be presses. I'm just going to do this real quick for you guys, then move on to the next part. So I'm going to remove this stuff here, open, and as well remove it here for close. So first thing then is come here to this part and call this one. I'll just do for the first three, then call this one two. It depends on the number of blog you have. But probably like for this kind of template, you might want to leave it the way it is. So like people getting template do not have to like go through this extreme of customization. So probably I might reverse it back to that one. But yeah, so I'm going to call this sorry, this will be one, then this one will be two, and the last one here will be three. I'll tell you why this first one is this one the default. All you just have to do now is to come here and change the state to open. Come here, change the state to open. It's similar, like I usually see Framer prototyping more like Figma, the way Figma works. Right. All you have to do is just to like if you can like I usually say this to some of my colleagues that if you can prototype it on Framer on Figma, you can do the same thing on Framer. Like is that easy. So we'll just set a transition that when you tap this, I want you to go to one. And when you tap this, I want to set this on the home, so it will be much easier for every single one of them. When you tap this, I want you to go to three. Now we want to come here and change this one now and add another tap effect. So when tap again, I want you to go to default. Do the same thing for this two. When tap again, a different one. When tap again, go to default and do for the third one too. When tap again, go to default. Now if we test it, we can see like a lot of difference in like in the two. So if you check this now, so this show up, then the other one. So guys, it's smooth, it's smooth. Yeah, it's smooth, right? So I think there's one issue I have in the first one. It's not going to default. Yeah, it's going to default. Okay, yeah, then we can do this other part. I'm just going to delete this one. And I think we are done with this one already. Then the next part is the footer, I believe. So for this filter, right here, we'll be using a lot of absolute items. So I think we've reached the first hour. I had to like extensively explain this, probably for you guys that will be joining. So for like the remaining hour, I'll be building this on speed. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll be building this on speed. And we might not look into responsiveness today because we still have like some other pages to build real quick. So but yeah, I'll just copy this too because I don't want to design them. And also there's some component that I don't want to export every single time to Framer. So I'll just come here, paste. Like that's fast. That's very fast. I love it. Come here, delete, come to this part, duplicate. I'm going to call this CTA, footer CTA. Then for the footer CTA, I'm just going to just add this part here. So what we really need in this part now is so there are two, no, those are different partials. What we need is just start collaborating with us. And I think this is very big. So this is the 48 one that we added before. That was different. So I will come here and change the heading here to 48. 56. So then I'll give this also a heading tag, H2 tag, then it will be H2B. So like it will be big as well. Then we want to copy a button. So let me use the button here to chat with us. Then we can just change this one to move it this first part. The reason I'm doing it is because I'll be using the same stuff again here. Right. I'll just come here and paste this. Maybe let's say 56. 56. No. 30. Now if you notice yet, there's a difference on our design and on our components and this one. This one now have a white text and ours is black. So probably you might want to go here and change, add a color variable. So users can like change it if they want. So now I can just come here, instead of me changing my contents, I'll just come here and change this to white. Come here to and change to white. And you can also decide if you want to add that color variable on every one. But once you add it on the main one, like the first button, right? This primary one, then every single one of them will have that color variable. Like you can see. But if you add it on this one, the first one may not have. So just a quick tip on that part. Then yeah, we can delete this. We don't need that. Since how many pixels is this? Let's check. 337. So we can just give this a height of 337. Let me increase this to 56, 56, 56. Oh, sorry, 50. Yeah. Copy this one. Come to our container, paste it, change this to absolute, position it how we want it. And the reason why it's not showing fully because of we have set this container here to overflow hidden. So you want to change that to visible. And also we want to change that on this to visible. So it will show up on the other part as well. Right? Okay, but I think in this part it's cut out. So we want to like reverse change that back. And let's give this top of 672. So there'll be more space and bottom of 72. We'll do the same thing for this one. Just copy this inside the container. Set this to control enter. So one thing with symbols is you can't really add a position to them. You have to like add a frame inside that frame, or like have a frame to cover that symbol, and then use that frame to like position that. So I'm just going to call this SVG. Now there's so many issues with these sections. It's like it might not be easier for users to customize. So one thing we can then do probably before we launch this template, when we want to do that, is to make sure that this stuff is customizable in the sense of image and all that stuff. You always have to be able for them to change the image, which is much more like easier as well too. So we have that already set. Then the footer, I'm just going to go to my style guide here. There's no yet a component. I'll just copy this and paste it on my own page. Then we can start building the blog. Where is it? Yeah, okay. So we can customize this now and just create a component from it. So set this to fill, and that's done already. What we set this to fill, let's set this to fix so to extend to like supposed to extend now. What's wrong? So let's change this to fill, and yeah, let us do that. Let's set this to fix fill content. Then for this one, we might want to like resize this. So one sweet stuff too we can do here is if it is a symbol, right, or if it's an image, we can decide to make this a component. So like the logo a component. So like even if they change the logo here, it will always be the same stuff that will be replicated here. Right. So instead, so the users will have to like come back and change all those kind of stuff. But yeah, I think we're done with this now. We can look into responsiveness, but we are looking well, that's one, this is just one page down. We have like 6 more pages to go. So I will just for the contact page now, which is like a cheat, what I'm going to do so I can say I've done 2 pages. But yeah, I'll just come in here, duplicate this and call this contacts. So in case you have not signed up on Framer, use this link. We earn a tiny amount of what's the word? Affiliates, right? We are partners with Framer. So if you use this link, we do get compensation when you finally make your website live on Framer. It does not not basically when you sign up, but when you build something and make it live. So yeah, help us. But so for this contact page, I'm just going to change this to contacts, right? And come here and change. So I'm going to delete a lot of sections here because I don't really need them. I'll leave the other sections though and leave the footer CTA section. So delete, then it should look like this. Then we can come in here and just copy this stuff. Even though we don't need that form because we'll be using a custom form, or we can use type form. So anyone works, right? You can decide to use type form or a custom form. But I think that's resourced by that person. And I'm currently, so what I'm doing is I'm using ChatGPT because I'm not a developer. So I'm using ChatGPT to customize that to add like property controls to the code that he has done. And to an extent, I've done a good job. I've done a good job, and I will show you what I mean real quick. Let me just delete all those parts. So this is the form. Originally, on the form, you have to go to the code, right, to then make some changes. Like for example, if you want to connect this with FormSpark, you have to paste your link here. Then if you want to add a redirection link, that is after they submit their form, redirection link, you have to put it here. Then to change the color of that, you have to come here and change it. You have to come here and change the fonts, right? So one thing I've done with the help of ChatGPT, right, is to come in here and first change this to submit. So this can be, what do we have here? Contact us, right? So this can be contact us. I've also added the property control ChatGPT so I can just customize the color here. And I'm not yet done. One thing I also wanted to add here is for you to be able to change this text. Though, yeah, I can change it here. What is it? Safe? I agree. Yeah, I think I love the channel. I'll subscribe. Let me leave that one. But it can be I agree. I would love your waitlist, your newsletter. I don't know what they call it, but yeah, you then have to like come and change it and it will make changes here. which isn't that much of a good experience, like for people who don't really have access, don't know what code does. So that's the reason why I'm building it. But I'm not yet done, sure. Hopefully I'll be done soon. And another alternative, no, so this is the another alternative you can do to is use Typeform or Form Spark. So Typeform will have been Typeform will be better in this scenario. So that you can then you can cost which was this prototype. Wow, that's cool. Free my new stuff. So you can like customize every inter is it intercom? No, it's not intercom, it's Typeform. Sorry. Where is it? Typeform, forms in why am I dragging intercom? Forms. Yeah, Typeform. So another way also is like using Typeform. What you just have to do is make the changes on Typeform, then would then you can learn like let me change this text to contractors. As I'm talking, let me begin my work. Let me know if you are still following. If you are still following, drop a like or a comment so I can know you are still following. Yeah, let me know. Okay, are you guys still following? Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So that's like the okay, yeah. Okay, I thought I lost you guys there for a second. So yeah, so that's I'm currently doing that. Sha. I use ChatGPT mostly for writing code, like customizing code, basically. But soon I'll be done with it, and I will congratulate. I don't know how to pronounce his name, him for building this, because like it's an amazing resource to be honest. I'm going to delete this. So for this part, we're just going to use this code. Don't need type form anymore, and just set this to field content. But we change this to like let's say 70%. Right. And one thing here too is in this part we have flex. We can also change this to row, but there's no but we don't want to change it. Like we want to get similar effects. I like the way he has developed it, which is very smart. We want to get similar effects. We can come here and set that code to roll, and it will be like this, but I don't want to mess it up because I've not like tested it at the background and see if it will really work. So I'll just come here and content paste. Like okay, we have this center line. Okay, just cut this one. This here, then delete this, delete this, delete this. Okay, then we can set this one to fill. Yeah. So I think let me still check. Sure. I will still make some changes to this. So probably by Monday I should have this. But in the meantime, if you want to check it out, I'll drop a link the to the blog and you can like just check it out. Right. I'll drop the link to the blog on the YouTube. Let me open now. Let me see myself. Okay. I'll drop the link to the blog and I think this is it here. Let me mute this. So that's the link to the resource and you can like check it out. Like really, really amazing resource. Okay, so let's continue. We have less time on our end. So yeah, I'm done with blog. 2 page down. Let's go. Move gap. So if you want to do okay, I think I need to come here and change this to so we have 32. So this is supposed to be heading 2, and also you have this 16. So I'm going to change this also to 16 and set this to fill. So what's the size on this? What's the size? Let me set this. It's higher than the size. I'm going to set this to space between to fill and then space between. I'm going to set this relative to let's say 80%. Right? Then here we can change this one to fill. Yeah, also we can change this relative to let's say 40%. And let's come here and change this to fill, and we have that. If this also 50%. Yeah. So yeah, 2 page down. Let's go. We have another page. I'm going to do privacy policy next. So we have 3 page down. Then before we go to the blog. Oh wait, let me do the pricing page next. I think the pricing page will be much better than the privacy policy. So let's do the pricing page next. So come here, duplicate, and call this pricing. Okay, so we have this pricing. Then we can come here now. So these are components, right? So these are components. Div we want these are components. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the first one. I think it's I want of these different colors. Map my mirror. I will just copy this one first. Copy with trimmer. Because if we can change this, then we can like then make changes to it. So since these are components, we might want to come into this and just paste this here. I'm going to call this pricing wrapper. Paste. And we have three and they extend to the right and left. So probably I have to remove this and set this to fill. And since that is CIC already, so we can come here, delete. So we have this first part, get started. Right. And I'm going to change this to our button. And instead use white background. Just much better that way. So we don't have to keep on doing everything over and over again. Then this I'm going to first let's just change a lot of stuff here. I cannot see what's this card. Okay, this is the card, pricing card. Sorry, I have to reload my screen. Sorry. Um Frima is acting up. It's not the fault of Frima, probably I messed something up. But yeah, let's build this real quick. Then we have this component. Let us view this and set this to fit content. Top card, its content, pricing amount, wrapper, its contents, its contents, fits contents. I'm just making a lot of them to be like fits content so it will be much easier. Then here to what this is extending here. What is this? Okay, yeah, fits contents. Then here to fit content. Sorry, it's a lot boring, but is worth it to be honest. Fits contents. Okay. This the reason I'm doing all of this because of I've like added all of this already. Like I copied it from Framer, right? So that's the reason I have to do all of this. Okay, I think this is another feature. Okay, let's select this one. Its contents. Once you do that first one, I'm deleting the remaining two. Okay, then we can change this one to features wrapper, features container, Okay, then picture header, then features. So we have the check icon here. Then we have the text here. Go to set this to fit content too. And we can come here, change this also to fit content. Yeah, so this is how this looks like. So real quick, what we'll do here now is give this a different background. Why does this look like this? Oh God. Okay, let's see. Card, background. What's the background and image? Send background to white. So I'm going to make some changes here, different from this one. So we have 32 pixels at the top and 32 pixels also here. So we might want to come here and do this 32. There's 32 and there's a gap here. Yeah, I think this works. So we can create our components now. Come here and right click, create components, pricing card. Okay, so first we want to create is set this to fit content, but then set this one to what is it called? Fill. Yeah, then space between. And since this is a tag, we might just want to come here. So let's create the first thing here. So let's change this to 14 pixels and change this one to 14. Oh, this is funny. This is 14. Was a lot smaller than this one. So let me change this one to let's say 16 bold. I'm doing a lot of stuff here. I can make some changes. So okay, this will be 18. 18. Let me add another paragraph here. So the way this is, right? And also the way this one is. Okay, let me just this is supposed to be 20. Then this one is supposed to be 28. Style, paragraph, medium. What's the call paragraph medium. Let me just do it anything sharp. There's no time. There's no time now. Then we have this one which is 60 pixels. So I believe that's supposed to be heading 2 as well. So this will be heading C. So I'm going to call this 60 pixels. Then this one I'm going to give this 16 normal paragraph. And this one to 16. I'm just doing this so like the reason I'm doing this is when they are making changes, like an overall changes, right? To be much easier for them. So I'll just go to duplicate all of these features over and over again and call this the first part. So let's see. Okay. How many features are here? So we have two. Now I'm thinking about this. Since this is a one time something, I don't think a component might have been a good idea. The reason is because of like it won't be reusable over and over again. So I think it would be much more preferably if it is just a frame and they just have to like make changes on the frame instead. Like just make the changes here instead of having to have the components. The reason I just realized that is let me explain. So let me change this to overflow visible. And overflow visible. Yeah, that stuff is changed somehow. The reason I had to like think about that is because of in this part now it's more into how customized they want it to be. Right? If they want to change some stuff here, and we make it a component, then we have to, like, the issues then arise when it comes to features. But I noticed this one have just two features, this one have three, this one have two. And SaaS features are mostly like that. So I think it would be much more better if it's like this instead. So, but we'll just have to, sorry, do it the same way. So set this to field container and set this to space between. So we can come here and call this main pricing, main price, duplicate is two. Then we can just set this to like this and set each of them to what's the gap? 32 pixels. 40 is a lot, 32 pixels, okay? So set the three of them to field container. Yeah, so this is one issue we have here now. So we have to change this to field and also change this one. So the gap here, I'm going to change the gap here to 24. This one does not have standard in my life, so I'm going to remove it and also change this to basic. My framer is okay. Yeah, it's working now. It's working now. Yeah. So let's go on. Change this one to field container. We change this one to paragraph. No paragraph. Okay, since we have that already, I'm just going to copy this. Paste this here. Paste this here. So we have two features here. Now, similar to that, we want to align it to the bottom, right? Then we want to also make changes here to field container. This one to field container. This one to field container. Space between. Then we can add the second one. This two main. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. We can add on to the blog real quick. Okay, I'm going to just remove the background color on this one. So like this first one would have more stuff. So we have two here as well. So yeah, that's it. I decided to remove the pattern here and to do something like this. But let us make the padding to be a little bit smaller. Or what do we have here? We have the most popular tag here, export as PNG, SVG rather. I like SVG. So paste, oh sorry, you can't paste. You have to add it as an image. Image KJ. Can I copy and paste this? Yeah, I can copy, I can drag it. But I didn't see it. First. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to press Ctrl Enter and call this most popular. I hope you understand why now, because it's a symbol, and because it's a symbol, you can add position to it. You have to make it like not a symbol by setting using a frame basically to cover it. So here I can come here, just drag it patiently. Yeah, so it's the right hand side, and come here and set visibility to visible now. Okay, this one sets reading visible. Yeah, most popular. Increase the padding here to 56, and we're done. I probably will have to look into responsiveness later on, but the main focus is not responsiveness. We're building the 5 pages. So we can look into that later on. Okay. Then yeah, the blog. Now let's build it. So that I think we're done with this. We're done with this 1, 2, 3. If I do the privacy policy, now that'll make it 4. Then the blog 5. Yeah. Yeah, well done. Please let me know if you are still following me. Let me know if you are still live on this. You have like 30 pages. Uh, are you guys still following? Before we move on to the next part, to the blog page. Okay. Let's go. Resource box. So first thing we want to use is the CMS. I've already done that by creating one here. And because we want to be filtering by, so the way filter works or the way CMS works in Figma on in Frima is that you want to use like like for example now with these blogs, right? Each of these blogs will follow this content structure. Each of these content structure, and that's how you want it to be for every single one of them. And that's what we want to do here now. So first thing here, we're going to just add on to duplicate this pricing page and call it blog. Okay, I'll call it blog. Then we can come here and call this resource about. Okay, so we're walking through how to create the filter here. So we have this first part here, which is like an image with this arrow covering before the filters part. And that's very easy to recreate on Framer. So I'm just going to leave this first part here and call this in blog or featured blog rather. Featured blog. List all of this. So we have the featured blog sets, right? For the featured blog now, you want to add a CMS to it. So you go to your collection list and you drag your CMS to it. But we don't want to show it the way it is like this. This is showing every single one of them. So first, we want to come here and delete all of this. And I'll explain soon. We'll be customizing it to fit our design. And this is it's still showing everything. So we also want to go to our collection list and filter it. So we might want to filter it by date equals, no, not equals, is let's use is before, no, sorry, wait. Let's see that. I'm coming. I want to do something. Let me show all of this back so I can show you how it is featured. I think as a blank like that is not doing justice. So date equals recent, not equals. It does not equals is after today. No, it's before today. It's how do I do this stuff? Again, I want to show just one. Because give me a minute, let me check where I did this stuff. Let me check where I did it. I'm done already. Let's check real quick. And while Freema is loading up, sometimes this kind of stuff happen. Let us open this and let's see dates is before. No, not it before. Is okay, let me know which time. Let me know see that time. Come in here and let's see. Okay. How do I filter this stuff again? Oh yeah, it's not filter. My bad. My bad. Sorry. Is actually us coming here and setting a limit to one. So it will only show the latest blog as one. So if I add another blog here now, and let's say new blog, let me copy this image here. Copy this image here and export the image. And I use that image as this one. Right? And I can just copy any of the summary here. So let me just copy the summary. So this is the way the blog is being structured. We have summary which will be showing this part here and this part here, right? Then we also have the blog tags. So the tags we're using options as the tag. So that way we can then filter with those tags, right? So let me just come here, save changes. Oh, the dates. Ah, today. Save changes. Okay, now I can come here and set it out exactly now. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to show you guys. So yeah, we can set this now to fill, set collection wrapper to be featured. That's like the way it is we always show the first block, right? And we can decide to in this second one to remove the first block with the same limits or start offset rather. Like okay, here now we can decide, okay, for the start offset, I don't want it to start from one. I want it to start from number two, then to go to the next one. Something like that. So okay, for this featured block, we have the size set to 590. So I'm just going to do this 540. 540. Okay, I think this works too. Then for the wrap, set this to fill content. Then this we have the image block. This image block, this will be fill content as well. All right. And for the wrap, I want to give this image block with the fill content. I'm going to give this 24 radius. And we'll be adding we'll be adding this part. So we have 48, then the content here. Oh shit. This is not the best part. The best part is using the filter because the way we do that is using components, right? And using like a flow for how to filter that. But yeah, let us add content and call this. Okay, you don't need to even collect anything. Let me rename this my blog. Come to CMS. Instead of new blog, rename this. And I'm just going to use the way it is from action. So yeah, we can come here now, drag the text and change the contents to via our blog title. Also set the style to heading 2B and set the color to white. But if you notice, okay, yeah, before you notice you notice something, in order for us to have it in the way whereby this stuff now, if I use a different color, you can see it will show up properly now. Actually, if I use, let's say, start offset one, so it will show properly. So we might want to add a background similar to what the design have already, right? Or we have to just set this to absolute. It to be background. I'm going to set this to fill relative 100%. Then height relative, let's say 44% is enough. We set this to the left and right hand side. And for the content, we just wrap it in a content and call this content. And we can set the z index of it. So the z index It's actually what will make it go up. But you can't see it now above. This is still white. So we have to change this to linear and set this bottom one to dark while setting this one to white and zero. So like Figma, very easy. So we want to also set this to, since this is this, right? So add a container. Let me just increase so you can see its content. So we can then set this to fit content, and set this later on to relative, let's say 70%, and set this to fill content. Yeah, we can add another one here, another text beneath it. Just add tiny text, ability hidden. Yeah, stuff is showing somehow. So we can set this to the right hand side, set it to start, move this up, click on this, click on content, select variable summary, then boom, you're done. Set this to fill content. We have one more thing here, change the color, change the text here to normal paragraph, change color to white, reduce opacity to 70%. And one more thing, also add a new frame, drag the frame inside the content. Inside this part, add a padding of 56. Set this to right hand side. Remove this. Let's give this 40 instead. Set this to icon. The background part, Control to lock it so people won't have access to it, like edit it. So, and for this icon, we're going to give this 75, and I'm going to copy this icon as an SVG. So I'm going to give this 3 instead of that. I think it's not supposed to look like this. I think it's supposed to be like this. But when you over it, it should show. But I'm going to leave it like that because there's no time to build over it. So we'll just copy that, Control J, drag our frame inside of it. Oh shit. Control J. It's not working. Okay. I don't know why it's not working. But let us drag our frame. Give this 64 pixels. 64 pixels. Set this to fit content. Set this to something is off. Yeah, we have to increase our Z index as well to 1. Yeah, then increase our radius, drag drag a new frame inside of it. Let's give this 32 pixels. Then use the our image we just exported and add it inside. What's the name of that image again? So contribute to 1, 2. Remind me. See, my Figma does not have any naming. But yeah, let's do that real quick. And yeah, we are done already with this already. So we can then create this link, add a link. So when over it goes to add a link, where is it? Sorry, we're not blog. Wait, this hasn't shown yet. I'm coming. Before I add any link first. This has not shown. How did I export? Export to upload. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Before we go into adding links, let us build the next part. So the featured blog is done already. We want to build this blog, all the blocks here. So we have another section underneath it. So we'll do another section. Let's drag the frame and put this frame above this and call it all blocks. Right. And set this to fill content. remove the background. I'm just going to extend this first. Then we can copy what we have here. Inside this field content. Yeah, much better. I'm going to copy what we have here, but then I will like customize it. Like I'll customize it to fit what we have. So fit content and featured rather than this, I'm going to just call this all. So this all will be creating our this thing blogs filter. And so this blog filter is what will be the components in which we'll be using to create that filters. And I will explain the reason why in a G. Just give me a minute. So remove the limits. We have all of this now. Set this to grid, put it to 3 by 3, set this to fill, set this to fit contents. So we have this already set, right? Let's drag a new frame, set this to bottom, then set this one to fill. I'll just leave it here for now. And then we'll come back to it. But first, let's just build our this. So this will be our filter. Let's give it a dark background to be able to like see it. We'll add it later on. So yeah, so first thing first we want to do is remove all of this that we've added before. Then add a new frame to this. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, let me even say before we even do that, let us copy this one. Copy and I think we are still on the right time, right? We can still get all of this done in in 2 hours, building the 5 page website in 2 hours. So we have blog item, set this to fill content, set this to fit content, set this to grid. There is something here I'm missing out. Okay, wait, let me cut this first. Yeah, there's some issue here. So we have blog item, then this here we have image, and what do we have here? So let us set this to its contents and set this one to let's say 200. Then we're going to set this one to start and set visibility to none to hidden. Then this one we can set the radius here. Sorry, the radius here to let's say 12 pixels. Set visibility to hidden. Then set the border. Where's the border? To that. Set this to 1 pixels. On this card, we can remove the border. Then on this one, we can move this one to as well. On here, and let's just say this one. Remove the background to white, change it to white, right? And let's see. So we have places here. So instead of this, what we'll be using here. Okay, we have not added it yet here. But what we'll be using there will be that. So we want to set this to container, set this one to fit content, to fill, and this to so let's give this a padding of 32 pixels, not 24. 24 the right one or 16. 16, yeah. Yeah, 16. So give this 16, then we can come here and set this to fill. Since here set this to fill, set this one to fill, this to fill, and I think we are done already. But if you notice, they have the if you notice in this design, right, there's something here where sorry, there's something here where we are seeing the author's name together with the blog. In order for us to do that, we have to first add another blog, but unfortunately, you can't do that except you're on the payment plan. So once you get on the payment plan, that's one of the perks with it. You can add like authors, like combine the two blogs together. So once you do that, you can walk you through how to do that as well. But yeah, I'm just going to reduce that image. Seems like a lot for me. 24, 24. Okay. So since this is done already, you can then set this stuff copied, paste, and use the wrap here. Okay. No need to panic. So just come in here first and change this to 16 and set each of these rows to fill its contents and not the fit. Okay. And we can come into our grid, make some changes here, and select width to auto, and also select our height to fit content. Okay. Let's make some changes here. We have filters, block filter auto fit. And let's come here and change this to start first in the right hand side. This is showing somehow. Let me move that first. Let me add it again. So we have collection lists. I don't know why it's showing like that. Let's make some changes here. Fill. Okay, we have this wrap set to grid start. Remove this first one. So we have this post. Let's see. Minimum wrap. Remove this. Okay. Please let me know if you are still following me. Yeah. While we get this sorted out. Okay. Set this to grid 3 by 3. Yeah, I think we've done that already. There's some issues earlier on, probably a few starts because of this one. There's some starting and I couldn't like find the reasons. And it's okay. Let's see. None of you are still following us. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Confirm is still following. And let us do this real quick. Okay, we have this set to fill. Okay. You set this to fill. So to like fill the contents. Then as well set the image on this one to fill. Yeah, then we can then come in here and change all of this, like connect all the content with the CMS. So set this to the tag. So we have some tags like displays and other stuff. Also change this to the title. Now some titles are long, so it might it didn't break it. So that's what. And also we change this one to the summary, and we can change this to the date. Yeah, so I think this works too. So, but by the time we had a different CMS to be able to do that. But for now, that's that. So if you notice, this one is having some issues. So we might want to come here and set this one to fill, and also set set our blog post to fill. So now it will always be like that. So we can come here and let us change it. It will always be fill and all those avoid these issues, right? But then we can come here and change the images here. The images on this part here to fill also. Oh, I think I broke something. One 200. Yeah, it's working now. I'm going to set this one to relative 120% of fill, and there's some issues here. Okay, rather than now this, I'm going to set this to absolute. Then we can then move this stuff. I think there's some issues I'm experiencing. Yeah. Let's see. It's content. Yeah, I think that fixed that already. It's sorry. So let's be the filter before. Oh, we have 3 minutes. But yeah, it's will be fast. Trust me. So first we want to do here is just I'm going to copy all our filter here. So we only have 2 filters though, even though what we have is like 3 filters. We have so many filters here, but in this part we have like only just 2 filters. So I'm going to make changes on that as well. So we have this. Let me just delete all of this and just use only the two we have. So hopefully we'll be able to get it done before. So I think this is the same stuff. So the stuff we have here is, and the other one is development. We can delete the remaining one. Okay. And you can set this preset to be outside. So I'm going to just group these two and call them tags. Okay. Then set this to this one to fill. So we are almost done. Almost done. Almost done. I'll just walk you through it real quick. With a tag, then set this to fit container, and give this 24 pixels. Then we set. So now for us to do that filters, right? All we have to do now is come in here. Let me copy cut this. Yeah, yeah, much better. So I'm going to call this create this as a component. So blocks filter. So this is it here now. So this will be the default. Somehow old fashioned is somehow like that, right? But it's the way it works right now. I would have made this stuff a component so I can just edit it, but for the time that's been spent right now, we'll just have to do that, make those changes later on. Now, let me give this our color and development. I'm going to duplicate the same thing. I will do it for development. Then here we can filter. So one thing with Freema is you can then filter by date, which is the recent updates. But as well as you can filter also by tags, which is those option. So I can come here tags and set equals design. So anyone that equals design will show up here. And for here, set filters here tag equals development. Probably this part might need a video too to explain it to like while those who are purchasing the templates. Or perhaps to find a different approach to approaching like this templates, like these tags and all those filters and all those stuff. And probably to be custom code. I've come across one, but currently I haven't like truly understand how it works yet. But yeah, we can then like come here and customize everything. First, we want this to be hidden on default. Only when they click on it, that's when only when they select a tag, that's when we want that reset button should be visible. Yeah. Okay, let's say change this one to fit content. Let me change this on the first one. Rather, so to content, change the to fit content here, so to affect everything. And right here, we can just come here and just drag on click, go to two. So the two, I'm going to call it design. I'm going to call the next one development. Then I'll click here, set it to development. Development. Okay, and yeah, I think yeah, let's see if we can get this all done before time runs out. Okay, then we can come here and change this. So this will also be that. But for the resets, we also want to be it here so it will be much easier. So I'm going to call this reset button for this tag, tag wrappers. We are wasting time. Set this to layouts, give it 16 pixels. Okay. Then for the reset button, I want it to come back to this first one. So on click, come back to default. So we can test this out now. See how that looks like. So if I reset to return back. So like is that sorry. Now I'm seeing some issues right here. The filter is not set to fill container properly. There's a fix with yeah, fill. So let's try it again. So if you set this to change and if you set filter by reset it to sun. Why is this showing me like that? This kind of oh let me just for you. Filter tag auto reset button auto space between auto space between. Oh okay, yeah, I think the reason because it's set to auto, not fill. So it's taking the size originally. Yeah, it's working now. So if I change this to change, and I need to make some changes on this card as well. I need to set this one to fill, and we can come here and see it has changed. And also I need to make this one visibility to be visible. So those other line outside will not show properly. Okay, fill. I need to also set this to fill. Okay, this is set to fill already. This set to fill. That's good enough. Let's change this visibility, visible, visibility, visible, possibility, visible. Oh no, no. Yeah, it still works now. Okay. Yeah. So that's for the blog. Now we want to design the blog page. So probably in the next 10 minutes we just do that real quick, which is also very easy as well. Right. We want to do that in the next 10 minutes and let us see. So we have to design the detailed page. So this is the detailed page. You don't need it to look like this. Or we have to just remove all of this. And let me see if I can copy what we have on this blog. So this is the detailed page, right? We have this first part like this and a back button. Then we have the content here. So okay, let me know if you are still with me. We have like nine more minutes to go before we are done with this. So let me know if you are still with me before we move on. I'm just going to make some changes here. So change it to current blog and also make some changes here. So when they click on this, it takes them to the current blog. Okay, okay, yeah, we're following. So I'm just going to come here and paste. Yeah, we notice don't work because so you have to paste this outside. Don't work. It's one issue with same speech. So probably I have to come here and copy and paste it separately for it to work. See, funny people. And copy this one too. The page wrapper. Come on to the CMS page and paste it. See, working out. But then we have to change this to top navbar. Change this to move 100. Set this to fix, auto lay, auto. We can then customize this. So we have this, this does the blog header. We have the blog header, then this one will be blog contents. So for the blog contents, so it's oh shit, sorry. There's no even itself. Those hero header blog section, blog CMS. So hero header, we have very little time on our hands now. Then blog content. Yeah, but you can see it's quite possible. A 5-page website in less than less than 2 hours. But then probably when you want to do it, you have to then customize all the stuff. But yeah, this is the content. It's not sharing this because it's on your blog. But let me go to the next one. Then you can see each of these parts. Then we can just come here and change it. If you notice, it's kept at the center and 825 is the max width. So we want to set a max width here of 825. 55 pixels. I'll probably make this 800. Yeah. So we are almost done. Also want to copy our footer that we currently have here. Just copy, go to blog pages, paste. Okay, yeah. And one more thing also is designing this part. So this is 48, so probably to be H2B, 48. Then we have the contents in that one. So I'm going to set this content to our title, and I'm going to go back to blog, and I'm going to copy this stuff we have here. Go to our CMS page, sit below that. And the reason it's not showing the date is because the CMS date is a like the date itself is the CMS item. So I have to come here and change it again to format date. So since that is done already, we can then like group these two together. The blog title. If set this to fit content, set this to the right hand side, set this to start, and you are done. Yeah, they say an arrow, back arrow. So this was the reason I said like that stuff's supposed to be this arrow here is supposed to be a back arrow rather than slant, then it will be on over state. But I'm lazy. So I'll just come here and just rotate it and also reduce this to 24 pixels. Maybe system will work. Set this to fit content, 24. Okay. Let's say 20 pixels is much better. I'm going to put it at the top rather than the way it is on the left hand side because I think that's much better. In my opinion. Okay, yeah. So I think we're done already. Let me know if you have any question. Oh yeah, it's layer 5 pages. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Remain one more. I don't think we'll be able to build the list page now. But let's design the privacy policy page, which is just loads of content. So it's like a cheat. Not necessarily like blog. So I think let me copy the content for this one here and paste it in that blog, in this blog here. Editing the blog content is also easy as well. So one more thing is I I I use like I use ChatGPT basically to write a code so that you can share the blog. So I could have something like that somewhere. So let me just duplicate this and set this to center, set this to fill, and set this to right hand side, set this to fill, set this to auto layout, set this to space between. Then I can come here, remove this, go back to my icon, pick a I don't know which icon, phosphor I don't know what the polisher, but pick an icon here, and I'm going to pick share. And I can have something like this, right? And have this in a color and have this in white. Then what I will do now is just I'll connect this with the code override, which is share block, and select with click feed. Now if I come here, let me just publish this real quick. Okay, yeah. That was very fast. So I was checking if you guys are still live. But yeah, now if I click on this share to trigger this share button, I don't know if you can see this, like share this link, and you can like test it out. I'll create another one with chat. See again, maybe later on copy link. And we could have something like that on the page, which works as well. So I'm going to set this to fit content and also set this hero header to fill. Hero section two. Okay, I think we are there's 7:15 already. So I'll just quickly do for this privacy, duplicate and call it privacy policy. Okay, I'll copy. Oh god, I cannot copy all of this content, but yeah, I'll just do my best and just copy the main stuff. Let me copy. I'll copy that. You use that CMS instead. So we have text. That's a lot of text. Okay, let me just copy this instead. Ah, shit. Let's copy all of this and just paste it here. Yeah, and we are done. Finally. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. While I'm waiting for your question, I'll be linking the pages so we can see everything so far. So just want to check and see your questions. If you have any questions. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I'll work on that really maybe. Let me know. Do you guys have any other question? Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm planning on getting the mic soon and like fix the one I currently have. Thank you so much. So I'm going to set this to about, which is where is about? Oh yeah, I have not designed that yet. Was pricing is done. Resources block, careers, no, you're done. But we have those parts already done. Okay, so we just publish this now. Yeah, you're welcome, Oluwafemi. Any questions so far? Any questions regarding Framer templates? Any questions at all? Okay, let me set this to go to the home screen. So let's go to home. So for the main part, the nav is responsive, right? But the other page are not responsive because we have to build 5 pages in 2 hours, right? But I might do a sequel to this maybe later on so that the like build it responsively before launching the template, right? Let me know if you have any questions so far. Okay, okay, the block parts. So yeah, the block parts might be tricky, right? And it's mostly because of um you are using components to create that filter effect. I've seen some people do it whereby they just use different pages, but I think this is much more better in my opinion. So yeah, exactly. You can check it out and also Octops. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So one thing, like if you want to submit the template, right? I already have I already have like already have like some guidelines for you to follow when submitting templates. And that's like why building it, we try as much as following to follow it. So one is typography, right? Using contrast as well as using like text styles, visual appealing, which is funny. Effect and animations, right? Making it consistent, and as well using Google fonts. So if you can see like using Google fonts included in Figma, then has clearly structured HTML tags on elements. So that we didn't really cover that, but probably when I'm building that, I'll cover that. Like for example, now this is on this part where we have header. I'll probably go to this part and the change the HTML component for it to show that okay, this is an header rather than a div, right? Header, or even now rather enough. Then I can come here and make this first part hero section. Like those are just some of the stuff you do before you submit the templates. And also you can see a use descriptive name rather than generic name like this. You can use stuff like the way we are doing like tag wrapper and those kind of stuff. Name your CMS field. So these are, you can check it out if you are trying to submit a template. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you, Oluwafemi. Do you have any other question or any questions? Oh shit, this session will be starting soon. Let me remove it. Hide. And also, if you have not chance to sign up for Frema, click on that link. Oh, sorry, you cannot click on the link. Um, go to that link to get it to sign up on the Frema account. And in the absence of no questions, I'll be ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you guys do enjoy your new week ahead. And if you have any questions, be free to join our community. I'll just go to Studio Duo, Studio made by Duo rather, madebyduo.com, and you can get access to all of our if you want to our community. Just click this big button to join our community. And yeah, we are happy to answer your questions if you are watching this later on. And do have a nice day. Bye.